Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Coins Heritage. Today, we're diving into a coin that's not just a piece of pocket change. It's a piece of America's 200-year legacy. If you've ever come across a quarter that says 1776 to 1976 instead of just 1 year, you've held a bicentennial quarter, and if it has a little D, mint mark, that means it was minted in Denver. This quarter was more than just currency. It was part of a national celebration. So let's explore what makes the 1976 D Bicentennial Quarter so special, what it's worth, and how you can sell it smartly today. Let's start with the design. Unlike most quarters, this one doesn't feature the traditional eagle on the back. Instead, it has a bold, symbolic reverse design created especially for America's 200th birthday. On the obverse, the front side, you'll still see George Washington's profile, just like other quarters. But instead of a single date, you'll notice the dual date, 1776, 1976, honoring the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. That now flip the coin over, and that's where the magic is. The reverse features a dynamic image of a drummer boy standing proudly with a stylized torch of victory and a ring of 13 stars representing the original colonies. This design was created by artist Jack L. Ahr, who won a nationwide competition to design the reverse side of the quarter for this historic occasion. It's one of the most recognized and celebrated coin designs in U.S. history. When it comes to composition, most 1976 D quarters are made of a clad composition, that is, a core of copper with an outer layer of copper nickel. These coins weigh about 5.67 grams and have a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, just like regular modern quarters. But there's also a special version of the bicentennial quarter that was made in a 40% silver composition, and we'll talk about that a little later. Back in the early 1970s, the U.S. was gearing up for its 200th birthday. Patriotism was in the air, and the U.S. Mint wanted to do something big to commemorate the occasion. So for the first time in history, 3 circulating coins, the quarter, half dollar, and dollar, would get temporary redesigns and dual dating. The goal was to both honor the country's past and create a sense of pride in its future. The 1976 D quarter was struck in Denver, and the D mint mark appears just to the right of Washington's ponytail. The Denver Mint produced over 860 million of these quarters, which means they're quite common in circulation even today. But don't let the high mintage fool you. Condition is everything when it comes to value. What's a 1976 D bicentennial quarter worth today? In circulated condition, the kind you'd find in pocket change, it's usually worth 25 cents, its face value. However, collectors look for coins in uncirculated or high mint state condition, which means no wear, sharp details, and strong luster. In MS63 to MS65 condition, this coin can sell for $1 to $5. Go even higher, say MS66 or MS67. Especially with full strike details, and you could see prices of $20 to $100 or more. The top-graded examples, MS68, can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction. Now, remember we mentioned silver versions? These were not made in Denver, but only in special sets from the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. So if your 1976 D quarter doesn't have an S and feels like any other quarter, it's not silver. That said, there are many people online who confuse the two, so always weigh your coin and double-check. Regular copper-nickel quarters weigh 5.67 grams, while silver ones are slightly heavier. One important thing to note. There are no known 1975 dated quarters. The U.S. Mint stopped regular minting of quarters with the 1974 date and jumped directly to the dual-dated 1776 to 1976 quarters starting in 1975 and continuing through most of 1976. That makes this design even more unique, as it was issued for a limited time only. If you've got a 1976 D quarter and you think it might be worth something, here's how to check. First, examine the coin closely under a good light. Is the surface clean and lustrous, or is it worn and scratched? Does the drummer boy design look sharp, especially the details on the drum and his clothing? Next, look for any mint errors, like double strikes, off-center images, or misaligned dies. Rare errors can skyrocket a coin's value, even for common years. How do you sell a 1976 Bicentennial Quarter? If it's a common circulated example, it's usually best just to keep it as a collectible or add it to a set. It won't bring much on the market. But if you've got one in high-grade condition or with a visible error, that's when it makes sense to list it. You can sell through online marketplaces like eBay, Etsy, or whatnot, where collectors search specifically for bicentennial quarters by grade and mint mark. Take clear, well-lit photos of both sides of the coin, include the mint mark in your title, and describe its condition as accurately as possible. If you're not sure how to grade it, you can look up similar coins online or even have it graded by services like PCGS or NGC, though that's usually only worth it for coins that could fetch $50 or more. Another option is to bring your coin to a local coin shop or coin show. Dealers might offer you a wholesale price if they think they can resell it, especially if it's uncirculated or in a protective mint roll. Keep in mind that most circulated examples won't bring more than face value, but rare conditions and errors will grab attention. Even if you're not planning to sell, the 1976 Bicentennial Quarter is a fantastic coin to collect and talk about. It represents a unique moment in U.S. history, a time when Americans paused to reflect on their nation's birth, its struggles, and its achievements. Holding one is like holding a little piece of the fireworks, the parades, and the pride that marked America's 200th birthday. Now we're diving deep into this quarter's unique design, its fascinating backstory, how much it's really worth, and how you can sell one if you've got it. So stick around. You won't want to miss this. In honor of the 200th anniversary of American independence, the United States Mint did something truly special. From 1975 to 1976, they released a unique quarter design to commemorate the bicentennial of the United States. Instead of the usual eagle on the reverse side, this quarter featured a bold and patriotic redesign. The obverse, or front, still shows the familiar profile of George Washington. But unlike most quarters that display only a single year, this one shows 1776 to 1976, marking the nation's birth year and the bicentennial year. No quarters were minted with just the date 1975, which is a rare decision in U.S. coin history, but the real excitement is on the reverse side. This quarter was designed by Jack L. Ahr, and it features a colonial drummer boy, standing tall with a fife and drum, symbolizing America's Revolutionary War spirit. Behind him is a victory torch encircled by 13 stars, one for each of the original colonies. It's a proud, powerful image that captures the spirit of 1776. Let's roll back the clock for a second. In 1973, the U.S. Treasury announced a nationwide design competition for special bicentennial coins, including the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar. Artists and sculptors from across the country submitted their best ideas, and Jack R's drummer boy design won the honor for the quarter. The bicentennial celebration in 1976 was a huge national event. Cities across the country held parades, firework displays, historical reenactments, and patriotic ceremonies. The U.S. Mint special coins were just one part of a nationwide celebration that lasted all year. Now here's where things get interesting. Not all bicentennial quarters are the same. There are a few different versions to be aware of. First, there are the regular copper-nickel quarters that were released into everyday circulation. These were made by the billions, literally over 1.6 billion pieces between Philadelphia and Denver combined. Then there are the proof coins made at the San Francisco Mint. These have a high level of detail, a mirror-like background, and a frosted foreground. They're designed for collectors and never meant for everyday use. You might come across these in proof sets. The most valuable types are the 40% silver versions, which were also made in San Francisco. These coins feel heavier than the regular ones and have a slightly different color tone. They were sold in special collector sets and are often kept in excellent condition, which helps them retain their value. So how much are these bicentennial quarters really worth today? Let's break it down. The standard copper-nickel quarters in circulated condition, meaning they've been used, are generally only worth their face value of 25 cents. You'll find them in pocket change all the time. However, if you've got one in uncirculated condition or one that has never been used, it could be worth around $1 to $3 to the right buyer. If it's graded by a professional coin grading service and has a high grade, the value could go even higher. Now the silver quarters. These are where the real value lies. Silver-proof bicentennial quarters can be worth anywhere from $5 to $10 depending on condition. High grade, Certified examples can reach $20 to $40 or more. In rare cases, deep cameo proofs with a perfect PR70 grade have sold for over $100 at auctions. And don't forget about error coins. Bicentennial quarters with minting mistakes, like double strikes, off-center images, or die cracks, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the rarity and condition. So if your coin looks strange, it might be worth a lot more than you think. If you're wondering how to sell your bicentennial quarter, it's easier than you might think. First, take a good look at the condition. Use a magnifying glass and compare your coin to grading charts online. The fewer scratches, dings, and wear marks it has, the more it's worth. Next, check for mint marks. If you see a small S, it could be a proof or silver coin. To confirm if it's silver, weigh the coin. Silver quarters weigh a bit more, around 5.75 grams compared to 5.67 grams for clad coins. A simple digital scale can help you figure this out. Once you've identified what kind of bicentennial quarter you have, you've got several ways to sell it. One option is visiting a local coin shop. Most dealers will give you a free evaluation and may offer to buy the coin on the spot. You can also sell it online through platforms like eBay, Etsy, or Facebook Marketplace. Just be sure to take clear, close-up photos of both sides of the coin and include details about the mint mark, weight, and condition in your listing. If you think you've got a high value or rare version, consider submitting it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Coins that are professionally graded and encapsulated in tamper-proof holders often sell for much higher prices in auctions or private sales. Another option is participating in online coin auctions through sites like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections. These platforms are ideal if your coin is rare, in excellent condition, or has collector appeal. The 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter isn't just a piece of change. It's a tangible reminder of America's fight for freedom and the pride of its 200-year legacy. Whether you're a serious coin collector or someone who found a cool coin in your pocket, this quarter represents a moment in time when the nation came together to celebrate its roots. So next time you come across a 1776 to 1976 quarter, don't toss it in a tip jar. Look closely. You might be holding a small but mighty piece of American history and maybe even something worth a whole lot more than 25 cents. Did you enjoy learning about the bicentennial quarter? If so, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button for more coin history and collecting tips, and let us know in the comments if you've got one of these iconic coins in your collection. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting.